evening, folks. Starting with the radar again because we have some scattered showers on the radar tonight. It's not a whole lot. They've kind of been weakening here in the last 20 or 30 minutes or so, but we've got some rain down here in Ozark County, some additional showers down here in northern Arkansas, and a couple of dying showers up to the north of Springfield. This is the time lapse to the last 3 hours, and we've had several of these little small clusters develop and move over the Ozarks through the evening hours. When you get camped out under one, like this one's over Caney Mountain Conservation Area right now, just to the north of Gainesville, going to be some localized areas of very heavy rain in that cell. And I think this is what we're talking about tonight. And that's what's different than between the rain tonight and the rain, say, 10 days ago or so. And that is we're going to see these little small cells produce locally very heavy amounts of rain. In the meantime, much of the rest of the county will see very little, if any, rain. And I think that's going to continue off and on throughout much of the night. And as we kind of expand out into Kansas and Oklahoma, again, nothing really widespread, but there's lots of showers. The atmosphere is very soupy, and I think through the night a lot of this is going to continue, and I'm concerned about this area down here, not so much for widespread flooding, but I think there's going to be pockets of locally heavy rain develop in this part of our viewing area by early tomorrow morning. I want to show you why. There's a stationary front that cuts from around West Plains to about Springfield out through Nevada. South of here, that's the really warm, soupy atmosphere. North of here, it's just a little bit drier, and so as we put Futurecast up against this, notice how much of the shower activity is going to stay along or south of that boundary through the course of the night and then kind of line up from, say, northwest to southeast. And so, again, that's why I'm concerned about this area down here seeing pockets of locally heavy rain. And when I say that, we're talking there may be a few areas that get more than 2 inches of rain. In the meantime, down the road, you may get just a quarter of an inch or a half an inch. So I think this is starting to look a little bit better. A half inch of rain in Branson, about 2/3 of an inch in Harrison. But notice northern Stone County slated to get quite a bit of rain sections. I will call it Fulton County, and then down here in northern Arkansas, going to be some other pockets of heavier rain. In the meantime, farther north you go in our viewing area, the less moisture you're going to see out of this system. As far as rainfall today in Springfield, we picked up 2/10 of an inch. We're just shy of 8.5 inches now for the month of July, and we only need about an additional inch or so to push us up into the third wettest July on record. So that's why, you know, kind of all the interest in how much rain we're getting here in the next week. Temperature-wise, we start off in the low 70s tomorrow morning. Could be a little bit of ground fog around the area. We warm to the mid-80s by noon. We'll tack on a couple degrees of that in the afternoon. And once we get into the upper 80s to near 90, there may be a few additional storms form. Allergy count today looking a whole lot better than it was yesterday, even though the count itself is up. The mole count, which has been problematic, was like almost 60,000 yesterday. Today is about 37, so about half of that. So our forecast and for tonight, some additional showers and thunderstorms. Again, there's going to be these little bitty pockets of locally heavy rain. Overnight temperatures be in the low to mid 70s. Again, could be some ground fog out there. And tomorrow we'll have some scattered showers and thunderstorms. Temperatures a bit warmer than today. We'll wind up in the upper 80s, both in southwest Missouri and in northern Arkansas. Our 7-day forecast, another chance of rain on Friday, mostly in the morning. After that, we'll get some sunshine, pop up into the 90s. The weekend looks pretty warm with just some isolated showers late Sunday night. And then next week looks a little on the unsettled side with a day-to-day chance of afternoon thunderstorms. Ethan and Lisa.